Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist is a modern fable about following one's dreams, listening to the heart, and discovering life's hidden truths. At its surface, it tells the story of a young shepherd named Santiago who leaves his familiar life in Spain to pursue a recurring dream of treasure hidden near the Egyptian pyramids. Yet beneath this seemingly simple plot lies a deeply symbolic journey of self-discovery, destiny, and spiritual awakening that has resonated with millions of readers worldwide. The story begins in Andalusia, Spain, where Santiago tends his sheep and lives a quiet life filled with freedom and routine. He is intelligent, curious, and has a passion for travel. One night, Santiago has a recurring dream of a child who tells him to seek treasure at the foot of the Egyptian pyramids. Troubled by the dream, Santiago consults a gypsy fortune teller who encourages him to pursue it. Though skeptical at first, Santiago is intrigued when he meets an old man named Melchizedek, the mysterious king of Salem. Melchizedek introduces him to the concept of a personal legend, which is each person's unique destiny, their true path in life. He tells Santiago that when you truly desire something, the whole universe conspires to help you achieve it. Inspired and convinced, Santiago sells his flock of sheep and sets off on the daring journey toward Egypt. His first stop is in Tangier, North Africa. But almost immediately, Santiago faces hardship. He is robbed of all his money and left stranded, penniless in a foreign land. This early defeat teaches him an important lesson: life tests us before granting success. Instead of giving up, Santiago chooses to persevere. He finds work with a crystal merchant, where he spends a year helping to transform the man's struggling business into a thriving one. Santiago learns patience, discipline, and the value of persistence. Though he grows comfortable in Tangier, he never forgets his personal legend, and eventually he sets out once more toward the pyramids. Santiago joins a caravan crossing the desert toward Egypt. During this arduous journey, he meets an Englishman obsessed with alchemy, the mystical science of transforming base metals into gold and discovering the source philosopher's stone and elixir of life. From the Englishman, Santiago learns about the deeper philosophy behind alchemy, that true alchemists seek not just material gold, but spiritual transformation. The desert journey becomes symbolic of Santiago's inner growth, as he begins to understand that the universe communicates through omens and signs, and that by observing the world carefully, one can hear the language of the world. Eventually, the caravan arrives at the oasis of Alfayum. Here, Santiago has a life-changing experience. He meets and falls in love with Fatima, a beautiful desert woman. For the first time, Santiago is tempted to abandon his quest and remain at the oasis. But Fatima, embodying true love, encourages him to pursue his personal legend, telling him that love never holds a person back, it only supports them. Santiago realizes that love is not an obstacle, but a companion on his path. At the oasis, Santiago also has a vision of an army attacking. Trusting this omen, he warns the tribal leaders, and the oasis is saved from invasion. This earns him respect and proves that he is learning to listen to the world's spiritual language. Santiago finally encounters the alchemist himself, a wise and mysterious figure who becomes his mentor. The alchemist teaches Santiago that the treasure he seeks is not only material, but also symbolic of discovering one's true self. He explains that every individual has within them a spiritual essence, their own soul of the world, and that achieving one's destiny means aligning with it. Together, they travel deeper into the desert. Along the way, Santiago learns the greatest lesson of all. The secret of alchemy is not simply turning lead into gold, but realizing that spiritual transformation, becoming one with the universe, is the real treasure. When they are captured by tribesmen, the alchemist demonstrates his wisdom by showing Santiago that he can turn himself into the winda. Symbolic test of faith and understanding. This miraculous moment convinces Santiago that when one is aligned with the soul of the world, anything is possible. At last, Santiago reaches the pyramids of Egypt, filled with hope and excitement. He begins to dig for the treasure, only to be beaten and robbed again by thieves. In his despair, he learns an ironic twist. One of the thieves tells him he once had a recurring dream of treasure buried in Spain, under a sycamore tree at a ruined church, the very place where Santiago first had his vision. Santiago realizes the truth. The treasure was back where his journey began. He had to travel across the world not to find gold in Egypt, but to discover wisdom, faith, and the meaning of life. Returning home, Santiago goes to the ruined church, digs beneath the sycamore tree, and finally discovers a chest filled with gold and jewels. His dream has been fulfilled, but in a much deeper sense than he ever imagined. The journey itself, with its lessons of perseverance, love, faith, and self-discovery, was the real treasure. Santiago has become an alchemist of the soul, transforming not metals into gold, but his own life into fulfillment. Through Santiago's quest, Coelho delivers a universal message. Each of us has a personal legend, a true purpose in life, and the courage to follow it brings not only success, but spiritual enlightenment. The novel reminds us to trust our hearts, to read the signs of the universe, and to realize that the real treasure is often closer than we think, yet only visible after a journey of growth.
The summary of another book is finished. What did you learn from this book? Have you read it before? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe and like the channel.